Coco Gauff reveals Serena Williams' game-changing advice that every athlete needs to hear. The roar of the crowd had faded, but the pressure still echoed. Coco Gauff sat alone in the quiet corner of the locker room, her racket resting against the wall, her heartbeat finally slowing after another emotionally charged night on court. Win or lose, the world never stopped watching. Expectations followed her like a shadow, heavy, restless, demanding. Her phone buzzed. One message, one name, Serena. Years later, Coco would tell the world that what Serena Williams told her that night didn't just change her career. It changed how she understood greatness itself. And the advice? It wasn't about tennis. It was about survival. The curse and gift of being the chosen one. From the moment Coco stunned the tennis world as a 15-year-old prodigy on the grand lawns of Wimbledon, the future arrived early. Overnight, she became a global headline, a marketing dream, the next face of women's tennis, and, inevitably, the next Serena Williams. The phrase followed her everywhere. Every forehand she hit, every match she won, every loss she suffered. People weren't watching Coco for who she was. They were watching for who she might become. And that kind of attention doesn't lift you. It leans on you. I felt like I was playing not just for myself, but for everyone's expectations of me, Coco once admitted. That's a heavy thing to carry as a teenager. Even her victories felt rushed. Win faster, grow faster, become legendary. Now, Serena watched from the other side of the mountain. Serena Williams knew this weight better than anyone alive. She had walked through relentless media scrutiny, brutal early criticism, racialized judgment, pressure to be perfect, and the loneliness of being first. She had been rushed by the world and had to fight her way back to herself more than once. So when she saw Coco's name rising everywhere, she didn't see only promise. She saw danger too, not danger from opponents, danger from expectation. The moment the advice came, after a difficult loss early in Coco's career, one that triggered headlines, doubt, and endless opinion, Coco sat drained, scrolling through the noise. Then Serena's message arrived. No lecture, no long explanation, just one sentence. Don't let the world rush you. Greatness is not on their schedule. Coco stared at the screen. Then she read it again, and again. In that moment, something shifted. For the first time in weeks, the pressure loosened its grip. Why those words hit so deep? To fans, Coco was a rising star. To sponsors, she was a billion-dollar future. To critics, she was a project under construction. But to Serena, she was something simpler. A young athlete trying to become herself under extreme noise. Serena didn't give her technical advice because Coco already had coaches. She didn't give her strategy because Coco already had plans. She gave her what most champions never receive, permission to take her time. The kind of permission the world never gives prodigies. Coco's struggles didn't disappear, but her mindset did change. The seasons that followed were not easy. Coco struggled with her serve under pressure, consistency in big moments, public impatience with her development, the emotional swing between hype and scrutiny. Each stumble became a headline. Each setback became proof to some that she was overrated. But Serena's words were always there. Don't let the world rush you. So Coco stopped sprinting toward perfection. She started building toward it instead. The hidden cost of becoming great too fast. Serena knew what happens when the world rushes you. Stars burn out. Confidence fractures. Joy evaporates. She had survived it, but not without scars. So she warned Coco before the fire could take her too. She taught her something radical in elite sports. You are allowed to grow without performing growth for the crowd. The night it all came together. When Coco finally stood on the biggest stage with a Grand Slam trophy in her hands, the world called it a breakthrough. But Coco felt something deeper. She felt alignment, not rushed, not forced, not borrowed, earned. Later that night, she pulled out her phone and sent Serena one line. I finally understand what you meant. Serena replied with a heart emoji and 4 words. Exactly on time. What that advice really meant. To the outside world, Serena's message sounded simple. but inside it carried a deeper code. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not obligated to prove yourself on demand. You are allowed to become legendary at your own pace. In a culture addicted to instant success, Serena gave Coco a truth that defies everything modern sports sells. Greatness is not fast food. It is slow fire, from student to messenger. Today, Coco doesn't just live by that advice. She passes it forward. When young players ask her about pressure, when teenagers ask her about expectations, when prodigies ask her how to deal with the noise, she doesn't talk about trophies first. She talks about time. Don't rush your story, she tells them. Let it grow. And just like that, Serena's wisdom echoes again through a new voice. The bond that was never loud, but always real. Coco and Serena were never rivals the way the media wanted. They never built their relationship in stadium spotlights. Their connection lived in text messages after tough losses, quiet encouraging words, shared understanding, and the unspoken truth of what it means to carry history on your shoulders. Serena didn't mentor Coco with cameras rolling. She mentored her with timing, restraint, and trust. Why every athlete needs to hear this advice. Not every athlete will win Grand Slams, but every athlete will face pressure, comparison, impatience, self-doubt, the hunger to arrive before they are ready. And Serena's advice applies to all of them. Don't let the world rush you. Not in sports, not in career, not in life, because rushing creates finish lines without foundations. What the world often forgets about young champions. We celebrate success. We analyze failure. We demand progress. But we rarely protect the process. Coco was still growing while millions were judging the results. Serena knew that danger, and she stepped in quietly, powerfully, before it could do permanent damage. The funny thing about timing, when people rushed Coco to become Serena, she became Coco instead. When fans demanded instant domination, she learned how to endure. When critics predicted her ceiling, she lifted it calmly, not because she ignored the world, but because she stopped letting it set her clock. The legacy hidden behind the advice. Serena's greatest legacy might not only be her 23 Grand Slams. It might be this unseen gift she left for the next generation, the courage to slow down in a world that only respects speed. Coco is proof of that. Final scene, the clock that no one controls. Picture this, an empty court at dawn. No cameras, no crowd, no applause. Just Coco Gauff serving balls into the quiet. Not rushing, not chasing, not proving anything to anyone. Somewhere far away, Serena Williams is living her next chapter. And between them, invisible but unbreakable, is one shared truth. You cannot rush destiny. You can only meet it when you're ready. That is the advice that changed Coco's life. And it just might change every athlete's journey too. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.